Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the Sun TV morning show. It's a wonderful Monday. It's a Monday after the by-elections. Just like someone said, some won the elections, while some have been said bye to by their constituency. So, well, this is your daily dose where you get a daily dose of inspiration and insight. So this morning, we reflect on the true mark of democratic maturity as articulated by former President Goodluck Jonathan in this contest of there's no victor, no vanquish. Nigeria has proved to the world that we are capable, if we want to, of holding free and fair and credible elections, if we want to. It's not as if we can do it, but we just always have a way of try not to play by the rules. Well, I will also quote the words of someone who, over the years, is known as a Democrat, and today is now the president of Nigeria. He is someone that, as he said, let me see his quote. He said, "It is your right to seek legal recourse. What is neither right nor defensible is for anybody to resort to violence." So the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said that it is your right to recourse, to seek legal recourse. What is neither right or defensible is for you to resort to violence. So we call on everyone involved in this election, those that won, those that lost, those that felt they were not the results were not fair to them. We should seek legal recourse rather than resort to violence. So this is on this note that we will start this morning show. And with me this morning is Mr. Iradan Ekuko, and the Director of News and Public Affairs on Sun TV. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham.
Yeah.
Morning to you out there.
It must be a very busy weekend for you, monitoring the news, trying to see. Wait, I would like to ask a question. Were you able to follow up Chief Gabriel Olayinka's analysis and results coming from Karim? Because it became the IREV of
Taraba.
Of Taraba.
To a very large extent. He did a very nice job, and that platform became a reliable source of the trends. Of what was going on in Karim for Tarabans and so many other people outside the shores of Taraba. The election has come and gone, and winners have been declared. I'm looking forward to, though we've not had any complaints yet. I think everyone should be able to accept that the election has been concluded. What is next is nation building, state building. So let's all put our hands on deck. Congratulations to the winner. And we're looking forward to him being inaugurated and continue where Dr. Mike Diogen stopped.
Well, my own view, the election has been concluded. But if you feel any redress, there will be no nation building if there is no justice. Without justice. So anybody that feel that the election is not free and fair should go the legal way. Because one of the true foundation for development, for democracy, is justice, and it's a free and fair election. So there are a lot of cases of complaints over the results, and I think this is one of the things that will strengthen our democracy. If we keep accepting the result just the way it is, without questioning it, then it's no longer a true form of democracy.
That's
so,
true.
Well, I call on everyone who is not happy to go to seek legal recourse, and also, but in this, the winners should be magnanimous in victory. It is not a personal victory; it's a victory for the people. And also, the losers should show the spirit of good sportsmanship. So I think that is where we should be right now. Now let's go to the weather. Well, I have to keep looking at the weather because the weather has dealt me some really strong. I've been under the weather with cough and catarrh all through this week, and And to make things better, the Yola Electricity Company, for the first time, they've decided to be very, very consistent. At least I get up to maybe 23 and 30 minutes light a day. So rather than
23 and what?
Yes, at least for at least 23 hours
okay.
light
nice.
a day, and I think it's a good one. If they continue like this, well, Nigerians wouldn't complain, or Tarabans and Adamans wouldn't complain.
We're expecting it to continue, but I think normally this time of the year, light generally is improved because of
the water.
Yes, they said all the turbines
at
Kainji will be functional because of the fact that there is so much rain and the turbines have been turned by the water. So they give enough light. So maybe when the rain stops, we will still go back to the status quo.
Well, whatever the case is, they are doing well for now. I will praise them. And when they begin to do what is not right, I will also condemn them. Let's go to the weather report. Let's look at some selected cities in Nigeria. Jalingo today, excuse me, 21 degrees. Lagos 24, Abeokuta 22, Alimosho 24, Benin City 23, Calabar 23 degrees, Enugu 23 degrees, Ibadan 21 degrees, Ilorin 22 degrees. Jos is 18 degrees, which is coolest among the listed cities for today. Kaduna 22, Kano 22, Katsina, Maiduguri, Ogbomoso, all 22 degrees this morning. Okene is 21. Oshogbo is also 22, Port Harcourt 23, Sokoto 23, Warri 23, and Zaria 21. So if we look at the average across Nigeria, it's a cool morning across Nigeria today. Okay, so that is all we can take on the weather report this morning. So it's a cool morning, and maybe there may be rainfall in some parts of the country. There will be some drizzles, some showers, and also some will get warmer in the day.
In August, there are so many unpredicted rain.
Yes.
Even in Jalingo here, we're looking forward to, if the way the sun is coming up, don't be surprised by sunset, the rains may come. Okay,
with this, let's go straight to the elections. Let's go straight to the papers. We'll just take the headlines and on the major stories that we want to deal with. Let's go to Daily Trust. Okay, let me just take it. Many traders fell dead in Sokoto boat mishap. Eulogists as Semi of Zuru died at 81. Asani Sami.
Yeah.
He was. Someone said something. So when he was appointed, he never thought such a person would be able to hold the traditional because of the kind of person. It's just like what we are with Sanusi Lamido. These are people that we know that they are vocal, and they are very, they are not people that are conservative in nature, but he has been able to manage that stool for all these years, and he died at 81. May he so rest in peace. Kano by-election, while rejected, Shanono, Bagua State Assembly by-election, APC. Then the major headlines say, by-elections, parties maintain strongholds. That is from Daily Trust. Let us, okay. From the official tally, the All Progressive Congress secured 12 of the 16 seats, while the coalition-led African Democratic Congress, ADC, won none. Despite vigorous campaigns in Kaduna led by former Governor Nasir El-Rufai, which drew a large crowd across the state, and the endorsement of the ADC by 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, the party still failed to secure a single seat. Analysts say the outcome reinforced the view that crowd size does not always translate to electoral victory. Yeah. They also noted that the off-cycle elections might have come too early for the coalition, which only formally adopted the ADC as its platform in July. But some analysts said that the crowd pulled by Rufai have made the state government to make extra effort to deliver the state to APC. The All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, won 2 seats, why the New Nigerian Party, NNPP, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, secure 1 seat each. So this is even as INEC declared Kauran and Modasa constituency by-elections and Zamfara State inconclusive. So from the results so far,
the narrative has not actually changed. APC, apart from the case of Taraba, where APC collected the seat from the PDP that just left. Else, I think history repeated itself in most of the places. APC tightened its grip in those places, and PDP too had to struggle with their own grip of the places and APGA and other things like that. But there's something again that is attention-catching. The fact that ADC didn't make any impact. It could be that maybe it is too early for them, this stage. Maybe it's too early. They just came, they just bettered the party. At least the party came into limelight not too long ago. Maybe they've not yet finished their own strategies for winning elections. You will still notice complaints of rigging, voters' inducement, and other things here and there. Nothing really changed.
Nothing really changed.
You understand?
If you ask me, the ADC, the election came too early for them. Because if you look at most of their candidates, they were just, I'm sorry to use this word, they were just people who were outsiders in the race. Because most of the major candidates, the contenders people know, were already in the APC or the PDP. So, and if you ask me, like in the Southeast, if it was 3 years ago, the ADC might have won the election in Anambra. But what happened during Labour Party, when Labour Party was sweeping all the seats, that they didn't check whosoever it was, as long as he was supported by Peter Obi, Labour Party, they will vote for him. They now found out that these guys were not different from
those people.
And they even went to join the APC. So this time around, the people say, let us leave this issue of party and pick who wants candidates. To pick. And most of them, they were unknown people until ADC came up.
Some of them just picked the platform on the platter of gold without any stress, expecting that maybe the new party thing, the craze for the new party will favor them just like it did in 2023 for people in Labour Party and other things. I think in 2023, somebody that they said is just not popular like that became a member of House of Reps, I think in Niger.
They said, well, and that story is a little bit cooked up. They said he's a bike man. He has joined the APC now. I think he is a graduate, he's a popular person, but he has worked as a bike man before, which a lot of people have worked. But to make him look like a true man of the people, the story that went around is that he's an Okada man that became a bike man that became, but I think he has joined the APC now, if I'm not.
and just like it is being captured in this report in Daily Trust, and Nasir El-Rufai actually did, how do I say it, made a very good outing.
Yes.
But he still lost. So if he maintained this tempo up to 2027, APC may be surprised what Nasir El-Rufai will be able to do in Kaduna State.
I think if you ask me, this election is very good for ADC in the sense that now they understand where they are. So they can begin to plan. You may have the biggest politicians nationally, but if you don't have the structures on ground, you could see what happened in this election. It was the structures on ground
that was used.
Every politics is local in nature. I may like Peter Obi, I may like El-Rufai, I may like Tinubu, I may like this, but do I like
the candidate being presented to me at the local level?
Do I know him? So those are the things that will determine local elections. So at the national level, but so they need to begin to build that structure at the local level. Well, let's go to another paper. Vanguard. Vanguard is still the same thing, almost the same thing, but let's just look at the angle they're taking it from. Please, if you see the Vanguard, you can. Okay, I think I've seen the Vanguard. Okay, let's just go to the major line. APC swept by elections, win 12 seats. APGA 2, PDP 1, NNPP 1. Tinubu first winners as opposition parties kick. Flawed by election, dress rehearsal for 2027 election, that is ADs from ADC. There may be no election in 2027 if, that is PDP, is a mockery of democracy, Labour Party, our by-election win, endorsement of Tinubu, APC. Everybody speaks according to how the result went its way.
Yes, the angle that Vanguard took the story is, I think it's talking about the voter apathy, how the turnout was actually low, and the fact that the elections was actually embroiled with thuggery, ballot stuffing, and other things like that. It is the fear of many Nigerians that this is the way it is going to go. The INEC and whosoever is at that point didn't disappoint the expectation of Nigeria. I said disappoint in the sense that some of Nigerians already expected that this is going to play out. APC maintained their stronghold. Look at what happened in Kaduna. The governor, the sitting governor Obasani, member of the APC, put out a very good fight. Voters inducement and other things, because you will see some of those reports, some of those video clips.
There is no party that didn't
do that.
There is no party that didn't try to rig.
That is it. We must admit that one too. Now, both the opposition and those who are in power, everyone tried to see how they going to use money and other things like that to see how they swing the election to their favor. So it is not actually democracy as per the way we were expecting it to be in the future. But we still have 2027. Maybe in 2027 the election will be more saner. It will be not as crazy as it is now. But the by-elections yesterday, there are reports of things that are undemocratic in the process of trying to bring up democratically elected members and senators and other legislators like that.
One of the big win yesterday was for APGA in Anambra State, the senatorial seat. The election was to fill the seat of the late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, who won the seat on the platform of Labour Party but defected to APC before his demise. So INEC declared Emmanuel Nwachukwu winner of the senatorial seat with 90,408 votes, defeating Chief Azuka Okuosa of the APC, who scored 19,812. The difference was clear, and that shows that, APGA is still maintaining his stronghold in Anambra State.
That's a good news for the governor, Professor Soludo. That is, if these irregularities that we mentioned are not the order of the day, because at times some of these things is not actually the representation of people's will. It is the representation of the will of the
local elections like this, most times is a representation of people's will. Politics at this level is very, very local.
Now,
very local.
The issue of people's will too has this concept. If you actually collected money and accepted to vote for the candidate, how else will I say?
It's your will. If you collect money and you vote for it, it's your will.
They have been giving gifts and other things like that. Will. To see to it that they, and what is it called? There's this campaign of a calumny, campaign of inciting, you whip up some sentiments like that, and you will discover that people from a particular geographical setting will follow that sentiment and vote in block for candidates that may not actually represent them well. You understand? But at least at that point, you will still say it is the will of the people that has been represented.
Yes, this is a case, Onitsha North 1 Federal Constituency. Barrister Ifeoma Azikwe polled 7,724 votes to defeat ADC's Mrs. Justina Azuka, who scored 1,909 votes. Now, Azikwe is now the second female lawmaker in the 30-member Anambra Assembly, triumph over APC's Ezinia Ojekwe, who scored, who pulled 1,371 votes. And okay, now I want us to look at the ADC candidate. In that is the widow of a slain lawmaker, Justice Azuka, whose body was discovered near the second Nigeria bridge on February 6, 2025, after his adoption on Christmas Eve. Okay. So the wife was the one endorsed by
the party,
the ADC. That's recently, just some few days to elections, that Peter Obi endorsed. You see his picture with the wife and the children. So he was slain, he was adopted and slain during the Christmas, and his body was later found some months later. So she lost to the APGA candidate. So these are just some of the, to show you that election at the end of the day, it's local. It is how you manage the local politics.
Now, what did you say? Is it the widow of the slain lawmaker that emerged as the winner?
No,
she lost.
She lost. She lost to the APGA, and she came out on the ADC platform. So she lost. And now, I'm looking at Labour Party. I want to see what Labour Party, okay, there's a statement that Labour Party made. And now, for Labour Party, in all this, you realize that they couldn't field candidates.
In Anambra State?
Even in across, I don't think they fielded candidates.
Yeah, there was this court injunction that was against them. I think Labour Party.
Okay, they have this a mockery of democracy dress rehearsal for 2027. They dismissed the by-election as a mockery of democracy and a dangerous rehearsal for 2027 manipulation by the ruling.
That's Labour Party?
Yes. I think Labour Party shot itself in the...
Yeah, should they be talking about mockery of democracy while they themselves
internally
have not been a good example of democracy? Well, I think they should just put their house in order. These things happened. The best thing for them to do is to do what PDP is doing now. Go to that extra mile to see to it that decorum is returned to the party. People should be able to make sacrifices. The Abure and the Esther Nadi, someone, the bloc should be able to say, okay, because of Nigeria and because of the party, we're ready to let go. Let's just go with this and see how 2027 will turn out. If they are really patriotic to the extent that we're expecting them to be, there is no need for, though they have the right to fight for their own rights too. They are Nigerians. Nobody should just come and suppress you like that. But concessions should be made. PDP is a very good example, the way they are going. If they don't make another mistake, we're expecting them to continue like that until their glorious day comes.
I'm really saddened by the fact that Labour Party, just within 2 years, they're out of the picture. They will have provided alternatives in this election. But as it is, we are battling with internal democracy, which they've not been able to overcome.
You may be surprised that maybe the best solution for them is a merger. They should consider merging with, because that was what APC did before.
The way the Labour Party is constituted, it will be hard for me. You know, the NLC is a stakeholder with the Labour Party. They would not be able to merge it.
But what is the use of, they've not done, well, we don't know what they're doing behind the scene, but I'm looking for, has NLC leadership come out to make any statement to say this is the way forward?
Yes, I think the NLC sometimes has serious issue with Abure, and I don't know how they resolve that issue, but I think the NLC, there was a time they wanted to take over the secretariat of the party. They said they would take over the secretariat, and well, as it is, the NLC has its own issues. Let's go to the Punch. Has its own issues to deal with. Let's go to the Punch on the headlines. Major headlines say workers' compensation. Federal government backtracks as NLC holds ground. NSITF moves to avert strike. Says AGF will refund workers. NLC leaders meet. So you can see that the NLC's hand is full itself. So they might not have enough time to be engaged in the Labour Party's legal issues.
Well, I think the reason why they are stakeholders in the Labour Party is to see to it that they win elections and see to it that all these issues that have to do with workers' welfare is being taken care of. If maybe Peter Obi has emerged, he will be a Labour-friendly leadership.
How many of the LP legislators have see, politics in Nigeria, most people join parties.
So why are they? Well, I think what the organized Labour should do now is to go back, see to it the Labour Party is being configured to be that political party that can win election. Then work for whosoever is going to emerge as flag bearer. Then, when the person is in power, there is a way they can solve this problem, because if they are actually a stakeholder the way we're looking at them to be, it's actually organized labor is actually a large chunk of Nigerians, and if every member of the organized labor votes for the candidate,
you can't carry people to go. You know what? This happened last election. So people were like, "Well, Labour, you are not speaking for me. I have my candidate. If we may have your arrangement with a certain candidate, but I have my candidate." And it got to a point, so people were saying, you can't be using my dues to be funding.
What is the organized labor that is a stakeholder in Labour Party? Is it the leadership?
No, I think Labour NLC was one of the parties.
No, what I'm saying
stakeholder.
Is, if NLC is a stakeholder, not just the leadership. NLC is a Labour Party. Then a member of NLC can just say, okay, the leadership of NLC cannot tell me to vote for.
Yes, definitely.
Now, what I'm saying is that to what extent is that stakeholder thing? Is it because I'm expecting that, okay, if NLC come out to make a statement, I've seen instances where NLC will say, okay, let's go on strike, and they'll go about enforcing those strikes, action, and other things like that. Is there any way that they can enforce that every NLC member should go the way?
That's a constitutional matter. You can't, freedom of association, freedom of the right to vote whoever you want to vote. The only thing they can do is to go to the party, ensure that they bring out a manifesto that is worker-friendly. They also bring out candidates that are worker-friendly. Then the workers will decide. The worker may decide that he doesn't want a worker-friendly candidate or manifesto. It is his right.
That is another problem.
It is his right. Or he may not agree with what the NSO. It is his right. Whatever he wants, he does. Although when the time comes, the primary duty of the NLC is what we are going to talk about now, like what is going on. Not the Labour Party is a secondary, being a party is a secondary issue, but it is just organization put together to fight for workers. So joining a party, creating a party is secondary. It is just one of those ways in which they feel they can do the best for workers. Now look at this case now. The federal government has pledged to reverse deductions from the employee compensation scheme managed by the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund to ease tension with the Nigeria Labour Congress following the threat of a nationwide strike by the union. Excuse me. We can see that now Labour has said that yes, they are going to go on strike. The NSITF has moved quickly and they will refund the money of the employees back. But in the first place, they denied it. They denied it, but now so these are just some of the things that Labour should focus on for now, because the last time they went into this party politics of Labour Party, we saw how Labour became divided among itself.
Now that is the issue I think we discussed that other time when this issue of strike was looming. Now if the NSITF is coming out now to admit after they have denied, should the leadership not cover their heads in shame? Should they not? Are there not ways that this can be prevented next time? Shouldn't they be penalized in one way or the other? It means they don't. Are they not right on top of the situation? They denied the information earlier on, and now admitting that.
NSITF Managing Director Oluwaseun Faleye confirmed that deduction for workers' compensation contributions has occurred, but said they were not a diversion of funds. Now, what they will say is that they denied that it's a diversion
of funds.
excuse me. So they say, Fala said the deduction followed the federal policy introduced in December 2023, requiring all government-owned enterprises to remit half of the entirely generated revenue to the Treasury. The policy issued by Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, was designed to boost government revenue and narrow a widening fiscal deficit following a fiscal strategy strongly championed by President Bola Tinubu. If you look at it, it's the policy of the Ministry of Finance. But the truth of the matter is trust. If we trust the federal government enough, nobody will be worried that, okay, some part of the workers has been remitted to help the economy. But we don't trust the fact that this money will be judiciously used. And when the time comes for the workers to benefit, it becomes a problem. So that is why all these are issues of trust, because in the past and presently, a lot of monies like that, pensioners go through a lot and the rest of it. So that is just the issue that we have in here.
Well, they have the right to claim their money back. If they don't trust the federal government, then there is no option until the federal government is able to build that trust up to the extent where the organized labor will accept that they can use their deductions for other.
Okay. And with this, let's go to another paper, The Guardian. On The Guardian, we have over 10 banks, insurance, risk first merger and raise for new capital. The banks are recapitalizing again. Barely 6 months to the end of the recapitalization window, over 10 mid-tier and marginal banks are still grappling with multiple setbacks that could ruin their chances of securing the required capital threshold and ultimately result in merger and acquisition, or in the worst case, forced liquidation as the deadline approaches. At the top of the concern, excuse me, The Guardian learned at the weekend is a growing investors' fatigue that have left some players with a considerable high chance of turning on investors scampering for funds. So as it is, let's say about 10 banks are running the race against time to be able to meet up recapitalization, or there may be mergers or forced liquidation. I think this kind of is always good. These policies, I always look at what the 25 billion recapitalization done during the time of Obasanjo, Governor Soludo. Look at how he strengthened this bank. Since then, I think we have maybe just one, or I don't think there's any bank that, no bank has collapsed. The worst is that, okay, one, was it Heritage Bank?
Did it actually collapse? It was bought over...
No, Heritage Bank collapsed and they had to, Heritage Bank collapsed. People were insured, people were paid money to the tune. I don't know if everybody has taken their money up to now. But apart from that, every other bank has either merged or have been bought over or have recapitalized. So the banking sector is becoming more strengthened. I think this is a good move. So those who cannot meet up, they should merge or someone buy them over.
That is the best way to go. And when this process is being followed, there is a need for transparency, there is a need for discipline, so that these are avenues that people can cash in and do things that are unthinkable. So at this point in time, while this process is going on, while the drive for recapitalization is being pursued, there is a need for discipline, there is a need for adherence to the books. The loopholes has to be looked into and closed up so that Nigerians don't suffer anything at the end of the day. Just like you mentioned about Heritage, the Heritage Bank.
Was it Heritage? I think so. And then look at the insurance. The insurance, this also applies to insurance. They are also recapitalizing. So to sanitize both the insurance sector and the banking sector, which is a very, very good one. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on this segment of the morning show. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, the morning show continues.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Som TV, your premier 24/7 destination for local and international entertainment, news and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Som TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Som TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient and affordable 24/7 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State. Unlock seamless 24/7 financial transactions, easy loans, and rewarding savings with our innovative mobile banking solution. Taraba Online Markets. Buy and sell local and exotic products. Connect with suppliers and grow your businesses 24/7 with our vibrant e-commerce platform. TBS e-learning. Access a wall of knowledge with our comprehensive online courses and myriad of professional programs. SuperSoft. Unlock exclusive subscription-based services, discounts, and reward. Don't miss this groundbreaking products and services. Join us as we all celebrate in the future and experience the future today. Taraba Business School and Taraba News, empowering your future 24/7. Ascend to the future.
watching Sam TV. TV.
Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Piasso. Keep watching Some TV. Don't skip. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Piasso. Keep watching Some TV. Don't skip. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Piasso. Keep watching Some TV. Don't skip. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen?
Some TV, the pulse of the nation. Some TV, the pulse of the nation. Some TV, the pulse of the nation.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Some TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Some TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Some TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State. Unlock seamless 24/7 financial transactions, easy loans, and rewarding savings with our innovative mobile banking solution. Taraba Online Markets. Buy and sell local and exotic products. Connect with suppliers and grow your businesses 24/7 with our vibrant e-commerce platform. TBS e-learning. Access a wall of knowledge with our comprehensive online courses and myriad of professional programs. SuperSub. Unlock exclusive subscription-based services, discounts, and reward. Don't miss this groundbreaking product and services. Join us as we all celebrate in the future and experience the future today. Taraba Business School and Taraba News, empowering your future 24/7. Ascend to the future. Hey Taraba State.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised.
Sam TV. Keep watching Sam TV.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Sam TV, your premier 24/7 destination for local and international entertainment, news and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Sam TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sam TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient and affordable 24/7 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State. Unlock seamless 24/7 financial transaction, easy loans, and rewarding savings with our innovative mobile banking solution. Taraba Online Market. Buy and sell local and exotic products. Connect with suppliers and grow your businesses 24/7 with our vibrant e-commerce platform. TBS e-learning. Access a wall of knowledge with our comprehensive online courses and myriad of professional programs. SuperSub. Unlock exclusive subscription-based services, discounts, and reward. Don't miss this groundbreaking products and services. Join us as we all celebrate in the future and experience the future today. Taraba Business School and Taraba News, empowering your future 24/7. Ascend to the future.
Keep watching Sam TV. TV. Keep watching Sam TV. Some TV. Keep watching Some TV. Keep watching Some TV. Keep watching Some TV.